Luis Costa from Ava Foundation to come, and Catarina Miranda from Giota, and Paul Brotherton from Wetlands International Europe to close this morning, this evening, this this event, this summit. Thank you for being with us. Please.
Are you okay if I go first?
No, it's okay. Yeah. Aware of it, yeah. Yeah, we will gonna hear first Paul from Wetlands International Europe with flowing to European River Summit 22.
Thank you for inviting me, Giota, and thank you all for staying for the final session. That's much appreciated. And myself, I'm going to jump off this stage and run to the airport as soon as I finish talking, so please excuse me. But I'm here with good news. This is the second European Rivers Summit, and there is going to be a third. Thanks to the generosity of the MAVA Foundation, the next European Rivers Summit will be in Brussels in September of next year. And we have not nailed down the dates yet, but we've begun organizing. The banner will be officially handed over to us, so the torch will be passed and we will get to work. Just don't expect any drones in Brussels. So I wanted to use this time actually to look forward to the next summit. But to do that, I also wanted to look back at where we've come from. It's been a lot more time than we expected between river summits. A lot has happened. So to see where we're going, I wanted to reflect a bit on our past. So as you've heard the amazing stories at this summit, some of you are dealing with immense challenges, showing tremendous courage in the face of adversity, and that is truly inspiring. We've also heard about some great successes. Dams are being removed, hydropower plants are being defeated, free-flowing rivers are being protected, subsidies in some countries are becoming dirty word, and I think that's super cool. And we also have protected the Water Framework Directive. And that's really my point of reference. As someone who works on EU level policy and actually lives in a country known for its water management, the canals, waterways, it's where some of the major European rivers flow together, the Netherlands. But most people don't know that Netherlands ranks second from the bottom in the EU in surface water quality. They like to blame that on the countries upstream, but it's also because of the intensive agriculture there. So it was, I think, after the first River Summit when the fitness check of the Water Framework Directive happened. And this was an opportunity, a process in the EU where it's review the legislation after a number of years to see if it's fit for purpose. But countries like the Netherlands, its allies and industry saw this as an opportunity to weaken the water framework, water it down, and push the deadlines back. Legally speaking, we are required under the Water Framework Directive to have healthy waters by 2027. And as you know, we're nowhere near that yet. So I remember I was in a meeting in Brussels in 2019 with all the member states and stakeholders, and countries like the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and industry were super loud about all the problems with the Water Framework Directive, why it needed to be changed. they were clearly on offense, and I thought, uh-oh, this is a problem. We are on defense and in deep trouble here. But we started organizing and came together as Protect Water, as you've heard. We mobilized over 375,000 people, scientists, businesses, over 130 organizations stood together. And I was in one of those same meetings a few months later, after we were talking to the press, campaigning, mobilizing everyone. Dynamics were totally different. These member states who had been complaining so loudly before were sitting on their hands. They did not say anything about wanting to change the Water Framework Directive. I could tell everything had changed. We were on offense, they were on defense, and the public had spoken. And the Brussels bubble took notice. And I really think that momentum carried over into the Green Deal, along with a number of the societal factors that Bruno was talking about. And I think that leveraged the free-flowing rivers target into the biodiversity strategy. So we now have some tools and an opportunity. In a lot of places, a Green Deal is just a dream, but we have ambition here to transform society. And like you, I think that healthy rivers are the key to that. We cannot solve our climate, biodiversity, and freshwater crises without healthy rivers. We cannot sacrifice nature to solve our climate problems. But as we've also heard, not everyone's getting this message on the ground. So we need to bring these voices to Brussels next year. And we have to fight to implement, fund, and enforce these ambitions. It's up to us to show Europe the way to live up to its ideals. It's up to us to fight for the future we want using our imagination. So my closing message here is let's see what we can do in the next 10 months. Go back to your rivers, fight those proposed dams, tear down them where they are, permanently protect the free-flowing rivers, and we'll get together next September. Celebrate the victories, share, learn, and support each other, sound the alarm where our rivers are in crisis, and I hope to see you in Brussels, where we'll make our voices heard by policymakers, and for Uli to open the third European Rivers Summit. Thank you.
Luís Costa from Mava Foundation, please. We're going to hear Luís Costa from Mava Foundation.
Todos. Hope you can hear well. Yeah. So I'm Luís Costa, Mava Foundation. Let's start from the most important thing in a closure, that I think we all agree that we've seen amazing presentations, but more important than that is the most super amazing work that is behind these presentations. So yeah, thank you for this, and congratulations to all the participants for this. And thank you for allowing me to do the easiest part, which is just to speak for a few minutes here. So I understand you had the hard work, and I'm here really to applaud and to acknowledge all the efforts of all this community that is in this summit. I also would like to talk to you about Mava Foundation and what we are doing, because I guess that not everybody knows what we are doing. Basically, we are a Swiss philanthropic foundation founded by Luke Hoffman in 1994, following all his work for the protection of wetlands, especially, and biodiversity in general, when biodiversity was not yet a term that was commonly used. We have been funding a lot of work regarding wetlands and freshwater and so on. We already granted more than 1 billion euros in our activity, But there is one particular thing in our foundation, is that we are closing down next year. So we will be extinct, expecting that biodiversity will not. This implies that for the last years of our activity, we did a special strategy for this. So basically we announced our closing 7 or 8 years in advance. And we gathered all the community of incredible organizations that have been working with us during all these years to define what should be the next strategy and what would be the main threats to be addressed in our last years of activity. So we organized a workshop for this with many of the partners that are in this room. We did our first workshop for freshwater here in Lisbon in 2017, Uli was referring to. In fact, my first meeting with Uli was picking him in the airport, or very close to here, to go to the stadium of Benfica and see my Benfica against his Borussia Dortmund. So this strategy started very well on my side, I have to say, but I will not tell about the second match. And all this community helped us defining this strategy for freshwater. And it was much more than activism, much more than fighting hydropower or looking for integrated management of river basins. In fact, it was building a theory of change that incorporates a lot of strategies, a lot of different fields of action that all together could have an impact in the end. And that's exactly what I saw in this summit. It was not a meeting talking about activism, a meeting talking about how to remove dams, how to fight dams, whatever. It was really a diverse array of topics and strategies to work together with this community for having a real impact in the end. So I heard yesterday someone saying, let's take care of each other. And this is the most important part of this work of all of you. So, at the same time, MAVE is doing two different things. And whilst we are funding this last strategy for having the most impact possible before we close, we are also aware that we need to support this partnership to be sustainable after our existence. So that's our priority right now. It's to support this community, this partnership with many of the organizations here, Euronatur, WWF, GEOTA, Eco Albania, Riverwatch, so many here present, that we have to support this to be sustainable in the future and to be part of our legacy that after 2022 and the funding that we are investing now, that this can be as sustainable and as impactful as it is now. And this is exactly what I heard in this summit. So that's my very positive message, that what I see here is everybody taking care of each other and investing a lot on the future and in real and impactful strategies for saving rivers, for saving freshwater ecosystems. So by saying this, we will continue this support until the end of next year. Therefore, I'm looking forward to being the next summit in Brussels and to continue watching all your successes. And in the end, thank you for all your brave and inspiring work, and also to GEOTA for organizing this fantastic summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luis. And I think Catarina doesn't need any more presentations, but she's going to share with us some reflections, outcomes, and new challenges.
I wanted to start by thanking everyone, our partners, Euronatur, Riverwatch, WWF Adria, Wetlands, MAVE for the generosity and for the support for our project. An abrasão without which we wouldn't be here today. All the team from GEOTA, Vera, that just arrived and became my right arm, my left arm, my leg. Vera, Ligia, sorry, Ligia. Vera is the next one that arrived even more recently and came 3 weeks ago to the crazy world of organizing the summit, and she has done a great job. Daniel, that has been behind bringing all the presentations and all the things we have to change last minute. Nelia, that has been really generous with us, working in really weird times during the night and supporting us all the time. The translation team, for whom we talk too fast. João and Salomé from Gulbenkian and the technicians from Gulbenkian, the catering team, the amazing team from Leading, which helped us doing all of these. António Castelo, Geraldo, thank you. They are our cameras. Tobias and Michael, that organized the amazing River Film Fest. Coletivo Guarda Rios, which presented us a really nice exhibition yesterday. And also, and mainly, all the inspiring speakers. And so sorry that we don't have unlimited time to hear people like Leila Costa Rica, which inspired us so much yesterday. And thank you all, the vibrating participants. It was amazing to see that we had such a diverse array of people. We had scientists, we had biologists, architects, engineers, ecologists, we had activists, we had artists, we had law people. And talking about artists, I'm forgetting someone really special, which is Maya. She helped us making these how is this called? Posters, banners, I don't know. And these amazing pieces. Those ones that don't have one, go and pick one at the reception. Maya, thank you so much. And Miguel, that helped her. And I was talking about the diverse array of people and got stuck in the artists. Representatives of funding, institutions, ONGs, everyone, thank you so much for being here. And we had rivers of so many places of the world being represented. It was amazing to see Uganda, South Africa, Macedonia, Amazonia, Asia, and so many other amazing places, including Portugal too. And so much topics were covered, even more than we thought of. How to start complying with legal mechanisms, Albufeira Convention, water frameworks, and so many other legal tools. Please, outside, sign the Red for Nature. Please, outside, sign also all the Portuguese people. Please sign our petition for a law that helps to save rivers in Portugal. At the board outside, there's the Red for Nature, and there's also the petition for this law that helps to save rivers in Portugal. There's a QR code, so you just have to do that. And so many other topics, how to stop calling hydropower a clean energy, the amazing struggles to preserve our rivers from Viosa to South Africa, passing on the Amazonian basin, the important role of freshwater ecosystems in good condition to face climate change, the impacts of dams on biodiversity, how to fight subsidies and loans that support building dams, systematically removing dams, and how severely damaged are our rivers and ecosystems by small and big dams, by hydropower and by irrigation dams. And then how art, contemplation of nature, and creation of communities are so important to help us preserve and restore our rivers. And in Portugal, in particular, we've seen how important are the problems of pollution, of lack of e-flows, of lack of transboundary cooperation, of all the pressure for intensive agriculture, and for the building of irrigation dams. So where are we going now? I think hearing all our sessions, I have the feeling that all of them concluded that we need to take care of each other, to work together, to cooperate, to take care not only of our river, but of each other's rivers too. So we need to join scientists, activists, law people, artists, everyone, and we need to find a way to work together, to connect with each other and communicate in our still different languages. So in the future, it would be really nice to have a platform where we could all do this. Let's think about it to the next European River Summit. For this one, I'll provide a list in the website in the next few weeks with all the participants and with the contacts for those that allowed it. And now to end, I would like to invite you all to leave the room to the gardens, and we will together sing a Portuguese song that talks about regenerating our rivers. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you.